When you get involved with a story the first time around, you're mainly reading it or watching it to pretty much see what happens next. And a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, duh, Justin. That's why anybody watches anything, to see what's going to happen next. However, someone like me who tends to rewatch things and reread stuff multiple times, you kind of start noticing stuff at the very start that wasn't really obvious the first go-round. Unless you're one of those people with a wonderful photographic memory, and applause to you for having that. Okay, but not all of us are that fortunate. And sometimes, yeah, I can pick up on subtleties like that, but not all the time. There's other times where I'm like, oh, because then I'll notice something while doing my rewatch of whatever I'm fucking rewatching, that event or that little moment that I may have just pushed aside at first actually means something for later on in said story. And that's what I took away from Volume 3 of Buso Renkin. Now, if Volumes 1 and 2 made Kazuki Muto and Tokiko Shimura a formidable team, then Volume 3 showcases how these two characters are fundamentally different. Now, it's true that both characters, Kazuki Muto and Tokiko, had their individual, moment in the spotlight. They both had their times to shine, but for the most part, they were acting as a unit, as a two-man army, if you will. And instead of growing as a single unit, we get to see both these characters basically kind of grow apart and grow individually. There are some aspects of Tokiko's, past that we're seeing in this volume, and there's also aspects of Kazuki Muto showing that he really is interested in becoming a Kakogane warrior. Now, earlier I mentioned that the first time around you watch something, there's small details you don't notice. Now, what could those small details be in regards to Buso Renkin? Okay, so first thing I noticed is that, and this might not be, this is really not subtle, because it's kind of like in your face, but that is being Tokiko's past. And the reason probably why she is wearing a school uniform. Why that's part of her character design. And the fact that in this volume, we know that she feels very uncomfortable being in school. And most likely, she probably endured some crazy PTSD from something that happened a long time ago. I'm guessing it happened at a school, seeing as how character that appeared at the end of Volume 2, Captain Bravo, mentions that homunculi love young flesh. Not in a creepy pedal way, but in a it's nutritious and delicious kind of way. Where he talked about an elementary school that got attacked by homunculi, and basically all the children were slaughtered. Or at least, that's what I remember happening. I hope I got that wrong. Yeah. Which is why he stationed Tokiko at the high school. Or middle school, whatever it is that they go to. It's a school, damn it. Um, he stationed her there because he knew that somebody had to conduct Kazuki Muto's training, which was, of course, himself, and someone that could be a reliable warrior, which Tokiko is and has proven to be time and time again as the series keeps going forward. I mean, as this story unfolds, I just realized saying as the series keeps moving forward just sounded kind of douchey. So, pardon me with that, please, if you will. Another little tidbit is the mention of Dr. Butterfly, and now that he has actually shown himself as being part of the next antagonist group called the League of Extraordinary Elect, or the LXE, as they're called. It seems like this group has a lot of titiary characters, meaning that these are characters that are there to round off other characters. They give other characters their moments, basically. They're characters that are going to be there to make other characters either look good, look more sinister. At the end of the day, that's all they are. They're basically joggers. No, sorry. I said the wrong thing. Jobbers, basically. Which, I believe that's a wrestling term. And I believe that's somebody who helps another wrestler get more, like, screen time, or helps them, get more popularity, basically. If I have a definition of that wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. God, I hope I got that definition right. But anyways, now, granted, he wasn't called Dr. Butterfly initially. He was only referred to as Koshaku Chono's great-great-grandfather, who we know is a absolute fucking genius. Because, well, he figured out how to make homunculi, and he figured out how to utilize kakuganes. And this man made a crapload of humanized homunculi who can use fucking kakuganes. So, we went from basically our heroes facing off against monsters to now our heroes facing off against humans with monsterized strength who can also wield the same type of basically magical artifacts that our heroes can wield. It's basically like if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, alright? Like a tabletop version of it, not some game console version of it. And you came across a orc that was wielding a certified heroic weapon when it really fucking shouldn't be. Okay? It's like that. And another little tidbit I noticed is the appearance of Captain Bravo, mainly because Tokiko mentioned that she was on a mission, and automatically that made me think, okay, she's probably part of some kind of organization, most likely, and there's going to be more of these Kakugane users. Also, I kind of kept wondering, why in the fuck did she have an extra Kakugane in the first place? No, that she used to bring Kazuki Muto back to life. I thought that was kind of weird. But Captain Bravo appearing at the end of Volume 2 was like a aha moment, basically. Now, Another thing I liked about this volume as well is that Kochaku Chono, or as he's now called, Papi Leon, who is quite frankly my favorite fucking character. This is just how outrageously outlandish this guy is. Alright, he's the kind of character that I think would actually fit perfectly well in the JoJo universe. Alright, and there's tons of butterfly-esque music references that could be used for his stand if he was a character in the JoJo universe. But yeah, him being alive, and now he has went from being an antagonist to basically playing his own double agent, because it's quite obvious that he doesn't trust what his grandfather's doing. He doesn't trust anybody else that's part of the League of Extraordinary Elect, or the LXE. You know, his grandfather sent some people to spy on him, essentially. And it seems that he knows his grandfather is basically using him as a guinea pig. So he's just sticking around to see what's about to come. What's going to show up, you know, and who is this person that his grandfather keeps mentioning? And even Captain Bravo mentioned it too. And there was a person that now was a Kakugani warrior that betrayed the Kakugani warriors. So that's something to look forward to for future volumes, basically. But what I like the most is his relationship with Kazuki Muto, and how they have kind of become frenemies in a sense. You know, he has so much mutual respect for Kazuki Muto, and I think it's because Kazuki, being the human that he is, defeated a homunculi. And more likely, Papillon probably didn't like that. Didn't like the fact that he got defeated by Muto. So, he's basically claiming Kazuki as his one and only prey. Something that he will conquer at some point in time. Now, is he going to do it? Who knows? Hell, maybe alliances will shift. Who knows? All I know is that I firmly see Papillon as being a free agent. Free and do whatever the fuck he likes. Now, there's two other characters. I know I call most of the LXE throwaway, jobbers, tertiary characters, basically, except for there's two. And it's these twins named Oka and Shusui Hayasaka, or the Hayasaka twins. Now, there's more to these two because a lot more time was put into these characters, obviously. There's more spotlight to both characters. The fact that one of the characters is part of the school student body, another character who is a pretty badass kendo user. Well, I almost said Kembo or Kengo. I don't know what the fuck I was saying, to be honest with you guys. But the thing I have a problem with these two characters is that I, at the moment, can't tell what they're supposed to be in the story. I think they're supposed to represent the foil to both Kazuki and Tokiko. I think that's what they're supposed to be. And at first I thought, nah, a character can't have multiple foils. That can't fucking happen. But no, apparently you actually can have characters that have other characters be their foil. Be multiple fucking characters. You know, that can happen. And sometimes the character that acts as a foil to said other character, okay, could be their friend. Or could be a acquaintance. Or it could be a villain. Or it could just be even a tertiary character can represent a type of foil to another character. Now, mainly this is towards the main character, and seeing as how Kazuki Muto is the protagonist and Tokiko Tsuruma is the deuteragamist, this kind of makes a lot of sense. But one other thing that's great too is that it seems that even these two characters have their own antagonists that plan on attacking them in Volume 4. And those guys' names is actually kind of funny to me. Names like Tai and Shi, which I'm like, okay, is that like a play on words for fucking Tai Chi? Like, seriously? And doesn't help either. Both these characters, Tai and Shi, have, like, their looks are very, very Chinese influential. Which, I'm not sure how I feel about that. To be honest. Alright, so with that being said, what do you guys think of Volume 3 of Buso Renkin? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I don't know if it does anything anymore, but feel free to give this a thumbs up. As well as click that notification icon and ring that bell. Or make sure the bell's ringing or whatever. That way you'll be notified. Wow, notified? That's not even a word, Justin. That way you'll be notified when I put out another video. And hopefully I can keep on my schedule for Saturdays and Sundays. Because I've been running into a lot of stupid problems. Because on Saturdays, Dota Hidoro, Buso Renkin, Sundays, Jigoku Raku, Hell's Paradise, and Inuyasha. All volume reviews. So with that being said, stay blessed.